course, new crew, if you're new, my name is Cassandra. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to make a meal plan super simple, easy, and quick. This is the video I get requested to do probably the most, and comments that I get all the time just talking about how people will comment saying that they hate doing meal plans, it's really hard, and they never know where to start. So today I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I would do a meal plan for someone who either hates it, despises it, and always is just looking for like the easiest way to do it. I meal plan for a month at a time, so that's what I'm going to be doing here, and then I'll use this as my actual meal plan for the month. So you guys are gonna come along with me while we make a meal plan for the month, and I just talk about like the easiest way I think there is to do it. So I just pulled up on my phone the September calendar because that's the month we're planning for, and I counted how many Mondays and Tuesdays and so on there were throughout the month of September. So there are 5 Mondays, 5 Tuesdays, and then 4 Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So how I would figure this out is every Monday would be a themed meal, every Tuesday will be a themed meal, every Wednesday will be a themed meal, and so on and so forth. So every Monday is going to be a crock pot meal. Every Tuesday is going to be some sort of Mexican style meal for kind of like a Taco Tuesday. Every Wednesday is going to be a one pot meal, just a very quick, easy, get in and out of the kitchen type of dinner, but also really easy cleanup, which is really great. Every Thursday is going to be a sandwich. Every Friday is going to be a homemade pizza. We started this tradition, I think, back in 2020 during the school year. Every Friday night, the kids come home and I will have pizza crusts already made, and we can roll out either individual pizzas, strombolis, calzones, whatever the kids want to do. And it's some sort of variation of a pizza. I'll just lay out all the toppings. It's something I can prep really easy during the afternoon, like when my little kids are napping or having some quiet time. And then everything's ready for when they come home at night to throw their pizzas in the oven right away. And then it's a very casual kind of thing. We'll leave the pizzas on the counter throughout the night, and people can come grab a couple slices, or same things with the strombolis. And Friday nights are everybody's time to just kind of relax, especially during the school year. So whatever they want to do, the kids want to have computer time or movie nights, pull out some games, cards, things like that. It's just really casual, and pizzas are always really fun with that. I left Saturday and Sundays open because as of right now, I'm not sure what I want to do on weekends for dinners. I might throw in a leftovers night, maybe like on Sundays. It's just whatever leftovers we have in the fridge, we'll eat through those. I'm not super sure yet, so we're gonna figure that out together, what I want to do for Saturdays and Sundays. But this is also a good month to do this because I have some practical things in here, just real life things that I'm going to show you guys how I fit into my meal plan as well. So one of the Mondays is actually a birthday in my household, and how we do birthdays here is on all of our kids' birthdays, they get to pick what they want for dinner that night. A lot of the times they end up picking a restaurant, so I just put down that it's so-and-so's birthday on that day, and they will be able to pick it. So I'm just gonna leave that as is. It's gonna be an open meal. I know it's their birthday, but that's what we're gonna do. For the other Mondays, because it's crock pots, I'm gonna pull up Pinterest. I have my own boards here with saved things. You know what, I'm thinking, actually, you know what, while I'm here, I think Saturdays are gonna be a grill day, and maybe Sundays we'll do leftovers. That actually sounds really good. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up Pinterest and I'm gonna type in crock pot meals, and I'm just going to look. A lot of these I'm gonna try to do off of what I have already in my freezers, keep my grocery budget low. So these could also be soups, stews, whatever, but we're gonna kind of figure that out. I do have this slow cooker sausage and potato, which is just kielbasa, potatoes, cheese, that we all really like, so I'm gonna put that down for my first crock pot meal. There's also this chicken and stuffing that my family usually really likes, and I usually pair that with either green beans or corn, which we have a lot of right now, which I think will be great. So I'm gonna put that down, and it's really just this. I'm scrolling and I'm not putting a whole lot of like emphasis into what I'm picking. It's just what looks good. I try to give a little bit of a variety when I can, just making sure that maybe we're getting some pork in, we're getting some chicken in, or some ground beef, just trying to switch it up a little bit. I'm seeing this Amish stew, which looks really good, and it gives you an option where you can either cook it on the stove or in a slow cooker. So I'm gonna write down Amish stew. That might be fun for a fall day where things are a little bit cooler. The other thing I have here that I've done in the past is this meatball pot roast. It's just meatballs, potatoes, carrots, kind of like you would do a roast, but instead of a roast, which can be really expensive, you can do a bag of meatballs. Really great. My family really likes this. Sometimes, because my husband doesn't really love the way potatoes cook in the crock pot, not whole like that anyways, I will leave the potatoes out of the pot roast recipe and I will just make mashed potatoes on the side, and we'll put the carrots and celery and all those things with the meatball pot roast on top of mashed potatoes. But you could also put it on top of pasta or rice or just as is. So there's lots of options here. Just in that, we already have all of our Mondays taken care of for the month and all of our Fridays, because Fridays are gonna be some variation of pizzas and then Mondays are a crock pot. So now we're gonna move on to Taco Tuesdays, which are gonna be really easy. My kids love quesadillas, so we're gonna do some sort of quesadilla. I'm just gonna type in like Mexican style dishes, and we're gonna see what comes up. We're gonna do chimichangas. That's another one that my kids and my husband really likes, and we could always double up on these too if we really wanted to. I think we're gonna do a potato and ground beef burrito. Maybe I'll throw some beans in it too for the people who like beans. I think we're gonna do a burrito. I think we're gonna do some sort of like a pork taco. My family really likes that. And then maybe for the last one, we'll do like a fried fish taco. Just because I have a lot of fish in my freezer right now, so that'll be really easy to do. So now we're moving on to Wednesdays, which are some sort of sandwiches. And kind of while I'm thinking with that, maybe we'll do a fried fish sandwich. Really easy, really great, super simple, and I can easily, so now we're doing sandwiches. I'm gonna type in sandwiches. And you can also use your crock pot to prep some of these things. Sometimes I'll keep it really easy where we're just doing like a cold cut sandwich with vegetables out of the garden or whatever we have coming in at this time of year. Or you can do something more like a fried fish sandwich or a sloppy joe or a burger or something. But because I made Saturday grill days, I think I'm gonna skip over to a Saturday. One of my Saturdays, I have my niece's birthday party, so I only need 3 other Saturdays. So I think we're gonna do burgers because that's always really great. Maybe I'll throw some brats on. I'll just purchase a thing of brats. That could be really good as well. I know we're kind of skipping around here, but this is just the real way I would do this meal plan. What's something else we could really easily throw on the grill? Maybe some jalapeno popper grilled cheeses. Obviously, my kids aren't really gonna want a jalapeno popper grilled cheese. Everybody, me and my husband probably will, and we'll just make the kids regular grilled cheeses. We'll cook those on our Blackstone. It'll be really delicious. We could even just do like BLTs or something, but maybe I'll go back over to my Wednesdays, which are sandwiches, and we'll do BLTs, and I could cook that on the Blackstone too. Just lay out a ton of bacon and like fried eggs and things, because we tend to put fried eggs on almost everything because the chickens are laying, and our ducks are finally starting to lay too. So we've got lots of eggs going on. Maybe we should just do a sloppy joe, just because I want to make sure, like I said, that we're getting in some chicken, some ground beef and things that we have in bulk in our freezer right now. One thing that I'm seeing we don't have a ton of, okay, so we need one more sandwich, and then we're gonna move on to our one pot meals. So I think let's do a chicken salad. Okay, so now we're moving on to one pot meals, and we are almost going to be done. We only have one pot meals, and then Sundays are going to be our leftovers days, so I don't really have to plan anything for those. But let's head into our one pot meal. So now I'm typing in one pot meals into Pinterest. You could also use Google as well. My daughter specifically did ask for this one orzo dish that I make. It's a chicken, like broccoli cheese orzo. So I'm gonna put down that because that was specifically asked for. This is where also I can mix in some new meals. I can pull from meals that we already have, but this is what I kind of, or how I like to do things. Olive Garden gnocchi soup is one that my whole family loves, so let's put that down as a one pot meal. It also gives us a soup, and you could switch these categories to literally anything you want. You could do, you know, soup Sundays, which is something that we did a lot. We actually did soup Saturdays. I would make a big batch of soup on Saturday around lunchtime, and it would just be in the fridge, and we would eat off of it kind of for the entire week. My husband's blue collar, he works outside most of the winter, so being able to bring a thermos to work with him with like a batch of soup from the weekend all week long, have something warm, is really nice. So we might get back into the habit of doing that again. I have this like chicken Alfredo recipe that my family really likes, and it's a one pot meal. So I think I'll put down that chicken Alfredo, and I think maybe we're gonna do a stir fry, and I'll make that in the wok. It won't necessarily be a one pot meal because I'll make the rice in my Instant Pot, but there's also where, like, if I'm doing like a Mexican style dish and I'm making some sort of rice for like a Mexican style thing, I might just make extra white rice to be able to set aside for our stir fry for like a couple days later, and it'll go really well in the stir fry anyways, as like a fried rice type of stir fry. But just like that, in a matter of just a couple minutes here, we meal planned for an entire month. The time on my camera is just under 9 minutes, so I'm sure with the couple cuts I have to make, it'll be, you know, 7-8 minutes of just making this meal plan. That's literally how long it took. Let's just say that you don't want to do leftovers on Sundays, or maybe you're not a fan of leftovers. I have people like that in my life. They don't like leftovers. So if I had to plan the 1, 2, 3, 4 Sundays, one Sunday is going to be our kids' birthday party. The kids asked for walking tacos for that day, so I already know that I have to plan for walking tacos for that dinner. For the other dinners, let's just say I wanted to have it be a free, kind of like an open day, where maybe I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing things off of the pantry shelf, or maybe I want to do casseroles. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake, I want to do casseroles on Sundays, or I want to have an insurance policy in case I don't actually have leftovers and now I need to pull a meal kind of out of thin air. So let's just say if we have leftovers on Sundays, we're gonna do leftovers, but if we don't, I'll make a casserole instead to fill the meal for Sunday. So we're gonna do a tater tot casserole. That is always a family favorite. Maybe I'll do a pot pie, which I think could be a casserole. And I need one more. So let's type in casseroles and see what comes up. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. Last month I made these chicken and cream cheese stuffed crescent rolls, and it was the first time I made them, and my family devoured them. They loved them. So that being said, I think I'll do that on a Sunday. Once again, I kind of like to think how my week is going to go when I'm meal planning for things, on when I'm going to need kind of an easy meal, or when I'm gonna want to give myself a little bit of grace, thinking about how the school year is going to go. So knowing that, I want my Sundays and my Mondays to be very simple and very easy. That way, heading into the week, things are good. And it gives us that extra bit of time we need as parents to make sure that, you know, on Sunday nights, homework is done, all the things that need to be done right. Your backpack is packed for the week, you know, whatever, baths and showers, all the things that just take more time. So having something like a casserole where I could even prep it early in the day and put it in the fridge and just have it to put in the oven when we just kind of want to heat it up, it'll be good to go. They're usually very simple and easy to throw together, usually pretty easy cleanups as well. And it's something that makes a lot of leftovers. So we have leftovers that we can use for lunches throughout the week as well. It's kind of like my way of a lazy man's meal prep. Heading into Mondays, we're doing crock pot meals. So if we just need a little bit more time, me as a mom, maybe Sunday night didn't go perfectly, my house isn't perfectly in order, I have time on Mondays where I know I can just throw something in the crock pot and I can spend that extra time and energy, you know, cleaning up whatever needs to be pulled back together before the week like really kicks off. Maybe you have situations like that too, where you know, like on Tuesdays you have Girl Scouts, Thursdays you have soccer, whatever it is. You can kind of plan when you need these easy meals, or making a big batch of something the night before so that you have leftovers to come home to the next day and you don't have to worry about cooking. So lots of ways you could go about it, but this would be my tip, my easiest way to go about meal planning for an entire month, to do it simply, easily, cheaply, whatever you want to do, is just making those categories. So just like that, I have my meal plan for the month and things are right here. I don't have to worry about it now. So you could do it this way, the way I did it. I just wrote down 5 M's, 5 T's, you know, 4 W's, and just did it that way. So that way I know I can put this on my fridge and I can come here and go, all right, it's a Monday, I can pick from one of these 5 meals for Monday. Okay, it's Thursday, you know, these are my meal options for the day, and I can pull something out, and things are really great. So I really like to do it this way. I used to go a step further than this. I would take my meal plan and I would print out the calendar for the month, and I would actually write down each individual meal into an individual day. That way there was no mental gymnastics, oh, what do I want to eat? I would just come up to the meal plan, it was right here. My husband could also come up to the meal plan and go, all right, today's the date. Okay, tonight we're having spaghetti. And he knew, he didn't have to ask me, it was there. So that is my plan and my meal plan for September for my large family of 7, 6 who eat. And there's that. Thank you guys so much for taking time to hang out with me today. I hope that this helped you guys, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye.